rise of the metaverse, a virtual, interconnected, and immersive digital world, promises to revolutionize how we socialize, work, and interact. With tech giants investing billions into virtual reality and augmented reality, the metaverse has been hailed as the future of human interaction. Yet, beneath the utopian vision of limitless possibilities lies the specter of inequality, mirroring and even amplifying the social and economic divides of the physical world. As the metaverse evolves, questions about access, ownership, labor, and wealth distribution in virtual spaces have come to the forefront. Will the metaverse democratize opportunities, or will it deepen class struggles by creating new forms of exclusion? This episode explores inequality in the metaverse, analyzing its economic, social, and political implications, and considering whether virtual reality offers liberation or intensifies existing disparities. Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Sociopedia. Let's first discuss about the digital divide in the metaverse. Participating in the metaverse requires expensive technologies, including VR headsets such as Oculus Quest or HTC Vive, high-performance computers with advanced graphics processing capabilities, and reliable high-speed internet to support seamless virtual interactions. For wealthier users, these tools offer access to cutting-edge experiences, while lower-income individuals face exclusion due to affordability constraints. This digital divide mirrors the inequalities seen in access to education, healthcare, and employment in the real world. Equally, virtual worlds like Decentraland and the Sandbox allow users to purchase and trade digital real estate using cryptocurrencies. Early adopters and wealthy investors have already staked claims to prime virtual properties, inflating prices and creating speculative markets. This digital land grab reflects patterns of gentrification seen in urban centers, where economic elites monopolize desirable spaces, pushing others to the margins. As virtual spaces become economic hubs, those priced out may face virtual homelessness, unable to participate in the economy of the metaverse. Number 2. Labor and exploitation in the metaverse. The metaverse promises new forms of employment, from game development to virtual real estate management and avatar design. However, these opportunities also give rise to exploitation, particularly for gig workers performing low-wage tasks. For example, gold farming in online games, where workers, often from developing countries, farm virtual currencies for wealthier players, earning minimal wages under exploitative conditions. Equally, content moderators, who are tasked with filtering inappropriate content in virtual spaces, endure psychological harm while earning low pay. This mirrors the real-world dynamics of outsourcing and precarious labor, highlighting how the metaverse can perpetuate economic stratification. Some platforms promote play-to-earn systems, where users earn cryptocurrency through in-game activities. While this model promises financial inclusion, it often leads to dependence on unstable and speculative markets. The collapse of platforms like Axie Infinity in 2021 demonstrates the risks of treating virtual work as a sustainable income source. Such systems replicate capitalist exploitation, turning leisure into labor while shifting economic insecurity into virtual spaces. Number 3. Ownership and power. Advocates of the metaverse emphasize its decentralized structure made possible through blockchain technology and non-fungible tokens. In theory, this enables users to own and trade digital assets without intermediaries. However, ownership remains concentrated among early adopters and tech elites who can afford to invest in virtual assets. Just as wealth inequality in the real world results in unequal ownership of property, the metaverse risks becoming dominated by digital landlords and corporate monopolies, aggravating disparities. Tech corporations like Meta, Microsoft, and Google control much of the infrastructure needed to access the metaverse. Their dominance raises concern about surveillance, collecting user data to personalize experiences and drive advertising revenue. Monopoly power, controlling platforms, currencies, and services, leaving users dependent on corporate ecosystems. This corporate hegemony mirrors real-world patterns of neoliberal capitalism, where private entities control public spaces and resources. Number 4. Identity and representation in virtual worlds. The metaverse allows users to craft personalized avatars, but access to customization features often comes at a price. Wealthier users can afford exclusive clothing, accessories, and skins, reinforcing status hierarchies even in virtual identities. Moreover, marginalized groups face discrimination and harassment in virtual spaces, reflecting biases that persist in the real world. Studies reveal that racial minorities, women, and LGBTQ users experience exclusion or abuse in VR environments, raising concerns about representation and inclusivity. The metaverse also commodifies cultural expressions, allowing wealthier users to profit from NFTs of traditional art or cultural symbols without compensating originators. This raises ethical questions about digital colonization and the exploitation of cultural heritage. Number 5. Utopian Dreams versus Dystopian Realities. Proponents argue that the metaverse has the potential to provide education and training opportunities for underserved populations, enable remote work, and reduce geographic barriers, foster creative expression, and democratize content creation. Platforms like Mozilla Hubs and AltSpace VR aim to make virtual spaces more accessible, promoting community-driven initiatives. Critics, however, warn that without proper regulation, the metaverse may evolve into a digital feudal society where a few corporations and elites control the infrastructure, leaving the majority trapped in cycles of exploitation and inequality. They highlight parallels to tech oligarchies that dominate social media and online commerce, predicting similar dynamics in virtual economies. Number 6. Addressing inequality in the metaverse. Governments and international organizations must establish frameworks for fair access, worker protections, and data privacy. Advocating for decentralized platforms can help prevent corporate monopolies. Community-owned virtual spaces and open-source technologies ensure equitable distribution of power and resources. Promoting digital literacy programs will enable users to navigate virtual spaces safely and critically, reducing the risk of exploitation. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to our channel, Sociopedia.